ever feel alone in the culture war, or see everything around you crumbling to ashes and dust, and you're kind of tired of it, but you feel like there's no one out there that would support you? Well, I've got 3 sites that actually might change your mind. So first we have MetaPCs. MetaPCs is a fantastic PC making company. They'll have pre-mades, they'll have all sorts of customs that you can make. You can get cases, possibly engravings and all that type of stuff. Like whatever you want, they can get it working for you. And they've got some pretty snazzy stuff. So check out MetaPCs. You can use the Geeks and Gamers code, which is 199, in order to get a percentage off of whatever you want to purchase. Check them out. Another one that's also really good is DEG Mods. DEG Mods and Ayaka Mods, which I will show you in a second, both share a common enemy in Nexus Mods. So if you've ever tried modding a game, Nexus Mods has been more pro-censorship and not allowing you, the gamer, to pick what you want to pick, play what you want to play, and mod your game the way you want to mod your game, because they don't believe you have the right because it might be politically inconvenient for them. So both DEG Mods and Ayaka Mods are both alternatives, and there are others, but these are the 2 main ones that I've heard about that can definitely change your view on who's out there and who's supporting what you yourself are looking for in any type of game or otherwise. Modding sites can be not safe for work, so please use your own discernment and know that you're not alone. There are other people like myself and Geeks and Gamers, Nerdrotic, and the hundreds if not thousands of other channels that are trying to do something good in the YouTube sphere against this pretty nasty counterstroke against us. So check out those 3 sites if you are interested in supporting those that support us. I make no money off of this. This is purely because I support what they do. So have a great day. Good evening. Welcome, my friends and enemies. Glad you are here. It is another unfortunate day, I suppose you might say, in terms that the mic is further from my face than as per usual. But, fear not, it can move closer. So, we have this wonderful news. Halo is at it again. But before we get into Halo, I would like to introduce you to the Questioner's Discord, which has many benefits. At least I find them as beneficial for everyone that I can think of. But it has many benefits, such as a meme section. It has a game preference of my next live stream game system of whatever I play. And it also has free games that come through Steam more often than not, and any others, as well as game giveaways, which do last for a decent amount of time, like a month or so. And you can log in to the Discord, which is in the description below, and you can also potentially gain yourself a free game. I believe the current ones, as we are, is Star Wars Rebellion, Tomb Raider 1, 2, and 3 Remastered. On both of those are on GOG, and then we have many on Epic as well, if that is in your tastes. As well as we also have access to, or I should say instructions to the downloading, very detailed, created by yours truly, to play that very game of the Battle for Middle-earth 1, 2, and Rise of the Witch King. If you would like to play a Lord of the Rings style RTS in battalion style, that would be probably the best game you could ever ask for. It also comes with mods and everything built into the all-in-one launcher that fans of the series have worked tirelessly over. Check all the information inside the Discord. As well as, I just want to hang out with you and have a chat, or just get to know you, and maybe we'll play some games together ourselves in something like Elder Scrolls Online, or Valheim, Power World, Guild Wars, whatever it might be. So, Hope to see you there. Now on to the meat of the issue. We have what I would call a strange day in gaming history, since it seems to be very counterintuitive. And you may have heard of this if you are following it on Twitch, and if you are not Twitch, Twitter. Where? Twitch. Why would you ever go to Twitter? Or Twitch. Sheesh. Can't get them correct. But here, why would you ever go to Twitch? Twitter's just news source and, all the fun information. But Twitch, there's nothing really good out of Twitch. It's just politics now. Like, ugh. But anyway, we have Halo, as you might expect. July is Disability Pride Month. Multiple color hearts. Strength comes in many forms. Does it now? And every Spartan brings something unique to the fight. Whether you have a disability or not, there's a place for you on the battlefield. I don't think disability typically brings strength, my friends at Halo. That's kind of an insult more than anything else. Usually it's, despite your disabilities, you have strength. Not that your disability brings strength. So you might want to reword this differently in the future. Whether you have a disability or not, there's a place for you on the battlefield. Usually a disability gets you killed on the battlefield, unless it gives you some strange advance, like you can twist your body into things like a pipe, such as a snake or something, and you could pop out the other side and kill an opponent that you could not reach otherwise, that was pinning you down. That might be considered a disability, but I wouldn't call it a disability as much as a superpower. But, be as it may, you are also acknowledging that it is a disability to be actively Pride Month? Like, is Pride Month Disabled Month? Is it, you are part of Pride, therefore you are disabled? That's a strange way to say you're less than normal. Very strange way to say that. But anyway, they say log into Halo Infinite and claim your free armor coating, visor, and emblem. And what do you think that might be? Well, this, my dear friends, that was my reaction too. Yes, not really sure what the purpose of this is, except to say, we join the battlefield as mentally disabled people, and we will kill you. That seems a little too close to home in reality, so I don't know if that's the take you want to go with, Halo. But, be as it may, standing out like this is, yes, people like to wear skins and look fancy and all that stuff, but normally in games that actually take skill, talent, and, camouflage and hiding, or using actual, tactics and strategies amongst loadouts of weaponry and whatnot, it would probably be better to dwell amongst the actual background, and not, be a giant spotlight telling everywhere where you are, or who you are, because it sounds like you're going to get bullied. And, of course, this would be a hate crime in your eyes, so how would this benefit the players? They're going to get picked on excessively. It's basically going back to Xbox Live, or specifically Call of Duty Modern Warfare lobbies. It's going to be brutal. So anybody caught wearing this is going to get just absolutely buggered in every sense of the word. So, despite it being, we're coming to kill you, and that being extremely realistic in the real world, maybe not use this as a particular selling point. Although I don't know if it's a selling point as much as of a deterrent. And who plays Halo Infinite anyways? When they have the Halo Master Chief Collection, it's much more superior, and it doesn't have 343's nasty fingers in it. So, there's that. But, you might ask, why is this such a big deal? It's just a skin. Well, there's this thing, it's very little, of course, but this thing called consequences to your actions, and while this may not be directly linked, they didn't drop this post and then drop the following post, which would be, Microsoft is laying off as many as 9,000 employees. Xbox chief Phil Spencer says the company, quote-unquote, will end or decrease work in certain areas of Microsoft Gaming. Full memo and details. So, if they are laying off 9,000 employees, these could be seasonal employees, they could be many things, but if you have lots of projects and you keep a constant flow of people working on the said products, it wouldn't make sense to fire 9,000 of them. And it's Xbox as a total, not particularly development companies, you might say. However, I would argue that in doing so, you are bringing forth a weird culture that would more or less be like, we've made mistakes. I don't know, something like this. And then that leads to the following outburst of needing to fire people because we have such a terrible, terrible decision-making scheme at our company, and the money is drying up faster than we can say, oh no, get out the way. So, in this particular instance, I would reckon that this particular behavior, not necessarily this particular instance, but this particular behavior across Xbox, and also the many terrible decisions made by Xbox of things such as, let's destroy our console system and let's make everything everywhere all at once and not even be a decent movie. So maybe that's a bad idea. So, I don't know, maybe go back to doing what you were good at. And I believe they even cancelled their handheld console, although I heard multiple things, so maybe they haven't cancelled it yet and somebody was just absolutely lying to everyone. But if they don't come out with it, then they weren't lying about it. So, funny things, actions have consequences, and we are here to perceive at least one potential consequence. And I don't know how many of these skins will be sold, because I don't see people who are quote-unquote allies wearing this as much as people who are actually akin to the Pride Month in their everyday active use. So, it might lead to a terrible concept, but here we are. Hopefully that was informative. I know that not all the time this can be the most wonderful news, but be as it may, we're still here. We're still enjoying the games that we particularly enjoy. So, all I hope you get from this is that, well, it could be worse. But, hopefully, it will get better. So, please check out Crimson Law if you are interested in anime. His YouTube channel is very interesting, and he does streams on Saturday nights, as well as many other videos about particulars of the anime culture. Also, please check out our very own Unbearable Matt 73 on his channel, also linked in the description, as well as his wonderful videos on whether it be wrestling, movie reviews, or his just jumping on other people's streams and having a wonderful time. He's a wonderful chap. So, also keep in mind that Tuesdays, 9 p.m. Central Standard Time, is a gaming stream night for me, and it is very, very wonderful if you could join and pop into the chat and say hello. And I'd like to say hello to you too, and, you know, maybe play some games sometime. And also, I do try to release shorter videos on Fridays, and as well as usually longer ones on Sundays with the Council of the Light. So, thank you for your time and your efforts to come here and hopefully inform yourself of something you may not have known. So, thank you, and have a wonderful day. And remember, my friends, walk in the light.